All right, so we're back at it with this Sur X. I've seen a lot of people actually do this to their bike. If you don't know what I'm doing, how to unlock sport mode, unlock the full speed on one of these Sur X Black Editions. I think all I have to do, based on, I watched a couple little YouTube how-tos, I guess I'll show you, I'm going to show you a before and after, if it's worth it to actually cut the wire. If it's even worth it to have the extra top speed. I know it's probably going to cut the range on this thing dramatically based on some people in forums and some YouTube videos, but it is what it is. I want to see this thing fully unlocked, see its full potential, and kind of see what else I can do with this thing. Along with that, I'm going to delete or take off the brake system, not the brakes, but take off so when I pull the brake it doesn't cut the power. I think all I have to do for that is unscrew this little piece by the brake on both the front and rear, and it should take that away. And then I think I just have to pop off this cover, unplug the two little clips. So we will see on that, but trying to open this thing up, it's kind of difficult with doing one-handed. Try and pop this thing open. Boom. I think all I have to do, it's pretty straightforward. I think I just have to cut this little green wire and this thing will be fully unlocked. I think I just have to make sure I turn off this thing, snip this wire, maybe tie him back, tape him up so it gets out of the way. It'll be good to go. But before that, I'm gonna test this thing out, do a little before and after. If you're new and you wanna see more Sur videos as I build this thing up, do more videos with this thing, make sure you're subscribed, like the video if you're pumped on some more e-bike content. I got a bunch of other stuff coming with this thing. I just put on a little mud guard because it kept spraying me in the face all the time, so little Amazon find, little $5 pickup. Besides that, haven't done anything. I can't find pegs that fit. If you know where I can find some wider pegs, link them below, or send me a message on Instagram. But let's get the top speed on this thing stock and the power, see if it changes the torque and the regenerative braking, if it does anything once I cut the wire. All right, here is in stock form. We'll do a little comparison. This is in sport mode. I never put it in the normal basic mode, always in sport to have that torque right off the bat. All right, first things first, we'll do a little top speed. We'll do a little speed run in the grass, see if it makes a difference from dead stop. Start down here, go downhill. Dead stop. The top speed on that, I'm not sure if the GoPro will even be able to see the little speedometer on here. So 32 miles an hour, stock. Guess we'll do a torque test. I don't know how much torqueier I'd even want it, because it pops right up just fine to do wheelies and to keep the wheelie up. Oh, falling, we're leaning. Problem with the brake is as soon as I click the brake, it cuts the power, and it's kind of annoying when you're trying to do wheelies, to be honest, or when I like to drag the brake when I'm doing it, so it kind of ruins the flow when you're trying to wheelie. Also have to do a comparison on the actual battery level, see how long it lasts from fully topped off to dead, if it makes a difference. Before, I could usually get like 2-3 hours out of it, and I never even fully emptied the thing. I've never fully gotten it past like 30% battery, and I've ridden it well over what I normally would ride with this thing. So personally, the battery's been fine for me. But number one thing, if you don't want to get mud in your face, is picking up one of these mud guards. I'll leave it linked below. Can't go wrong for like $5. Forward. Cut. Oh, should probably turn the breaker off. Cut this wire. Probably just tape one off. We'll just tape it to the front here and we should be good. Boom. Little tape, and this thing will be good to go. This is literally a 30-second job. Not even. Could do it quicker to unlock the full power. I don't know why it doesn't come stock full power, or to be on like road use, or to be able to be legal, street legal technically, without them having to get some other permits or something. All right, quickly, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Blue Eddy, which is this huge portable power system which will be able to charge the Sur on the go. So if you have a Sur or any e-bike and you want to be able to charge your bike on the go, this is definitely something I would look into purchasing. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check it out. This is the EB55, which is 537 watt hours or 700 watts. I'll definitely be able to charge the Sur Sur-on up multiple times when I'm out if I don't have an actual plug-in or an outlet to get this thing charged up. A wireless charger on the top. It has the USB-C port, which will charge your iPhone in maybe 20 minutes if it's completely empty, which is super nice if you do have that cord. It's got a bunch of nice little USB ports if 4 people want to charge their phone at the same time. If, say, you're on the boat, you're in a truck, you're camping, you're out and about, tailgating, anything like that, it's super convenient for, you could have 5 people plug in if you have the USB-C and then 4 USBs going at the same time. So that alone is super convenient to have if you have a bunch of friends and you're always out. And then obviously you have all the 4 actual outlets, one being the one for the Sur-on charger or my Alta charger or any other electric bike charger. Charge your computer off of this, charge pretty much whatever you need off of it. And then of course you have the 12-volt cigarette lighter, which is nice to have. And obviously the power button for each separate unit. You can see the display turn on for each separate one when I turn it on. You can see the different levels and the wattage and how much you have left on this thing. And lastly, up here you have the input to actually charge this thing and plug it in. It's super nice. It's got some nice little rubber feet on here, so you're not going to ruin the actual casing on this thing. And then flipping it up on the top, like I showed, a closer look, you get the wireless charger. So all you have to do is throw your phone on the top. It'll start charging it when this thing is turned on. Ultimately, you can have 11 people charging their phones at the same time if you have to. Nobody's going to be without power. Nobody's going to be with a dead phone. If you're out and about, you're not going to have to worry about that for sure. Definitely probably one of the best things you can have, honestly. Definitely heavy duty. It's got a big handle right here to carry it around. You can turn on each individual little piece right here. So if you just want to use one, you just turn this little section on. And it's honestly super compact. It's not that big, easy to carry around with you. Not only just for the e-bikes, just in general to have. It's probably nice if you like camping or outdoors or you're always on the go and you don't have a way to charge your phone or your devices. This is a perfect solution for you guys. Plug in the Sur-on charger, get this thing charged up, show you guys how this thing works. Boom. And then we'll turn this thing on. Kicks on the Sur-on charger, and just like that, it's charging the Sur-on up, getting this thing topped off. We should be good to go riding here soon. This thing can probably charge it in about an hour and a half to 2 hours fully charged if I'm fully empty. It's definitely not bad if I'm out and about riding and I need to charge this thing up, top it off. You can charge your smartphone 40 to 50 hours, bulb up to 30 hours, a TV 5 to 6 hours, power tool 6 hours, a full refrigerator 4 to 5 hours, a slow cooker 2 to 3 hours. This thing's pretty beefy. This thing's definitely not lacking in power. It can definitely do a lot more than you might think it can. Honestly, I'd highly recommend anyone picking this up because it's just convenient to have just in case you ever need it. Super compact, like I said, easy to store away or carry around with you. So like I said, if you want to check this thing out, I'll leave it at the top link in my description. With that, we'll get back to the Sur-on, ripping this thing around and giving my kind of little overview on this thing. All right, so that's good to go. Boom. Finally found the right wrench for this thing. Took me forever to find in the garage. Let's loosen this up. I'm just a YouTube mechanic. Don't make fun of what I'm trying to do right now. The next solution to, for example, if somebody couldn't get this wire off or they couldn't unscrew it, could just go from the main power in here, which I said I wasn't going to do, but for the video example, just open this up and then you can just trace the wire back to the connector, undo the connector, and then it's obviously going to be unplugged, and you would just leave it plugged in at the top as if it's factory, and you don't have to worry about, say, water getting in there and potentially ruin the braking system or ruin something in there. So pop this thing off, shimmy it out, and then all I'm gonna do is, it should be a clear connector based on what I saw. I'll just trace this wire back, screw this back down, and we'll go test this thing out. It's a moment of truth, see if it actually worked, if everything works properly. Oh, thought I just ruined this thing as it didn't turn on. I forgot to switch the breaker back on. Boom. There it is. Now this thing popped on. Holding the brake, giving it throttle. Thing still wants to move. Front brake, same thing. So that worked. Let's test out the top speed on this thing. See if that worked. Add stop, start just like before. It's way faster than a pit bike. Way faster. This thing's gonna be so much more fun now. If you haven't looked into getting a Sur-on, I definitely recommend it. It's like the best of both worlds with having a pit bike, being able to ride wherever, whenever, but it's silent, so you really can get away with pretty much anything on this thing. Oh, oh, oh. Front brake makes a funny noise now. It kind of like, I don't even know what noise to call that.
definitely doesn't seem normal. Now that I have to stop going like 45, it's definitely a little worse. See how far we can hold this wheelie for without looping or falling over. Oh, 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 we're still going. See if we can do the whole driveway. Oh, 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 oh. Still going somehow. In the slides too. Ooh. All right, let's get a little top speed run on this thing. All right, looks like top speed where it cuts out is 45 miles an hour, which is pretty good, honestly. I don't know how much faster I'd really want to go on this thing stock. I know obviously you can get it up to 100 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour with the upgraded battery and controller, but for me personally, for like a pit bike toy, I don't think I'd want to have that much power out of this thing. I have the Alta for that, and this is the nice in-between where I can kind of mess around and not have to really worry about it too much, and it's somewhat a little safer than the Alta. This thing is so much fun that I can just rip around wherever. Whew. I definitely could have done the whole driveway before. Just wanted to turn around and get that speed run. It's all about the braking with this thing. Just like dragging the brake the whole time pretty much while you're in a wheelie as you find that balance point. If you guys want to see a how-to wheelie video on this thing, let me know. I can definitely make that. Oh, saved it. Somehow.
So in conclusion, I would highly recommend doing this. I don't know why you wouldn't. I think the 45 miles an hour is the perfect speed for this bike and the platform, and not being overpowered in the size of the bike. So I'd highly recommend doing that pretty much as soon as you get the bike. I pushed it off just for content purposes, but highly would recommend cutting the wire, doing the brakes, getting yourself a little mud flap, and then bigger foot pegs right away. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see me do with this thing. I mean, maybe I'll upgrade the battery and controller just for like content to show you guys the potential of this thing. But for right now, I'm stoked with it, and I really don't need to change anything. I'm probably going to order up some new tires, like some trial tires that are a little bit wider, more kind of low-key, not super knobby. Pretty much ride this thing on the road and like just grass and gravel, so I don't really need a full dirt setup. Overall, this thing's sick. A lot more content to come with it. If you're stoked, like the video. If you're new, make sure you're subscribed. Want to see what's going down before the videos come out, you can follow my Instagram at Tyler Monaghan. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.